fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey.
Damn. Hold on. My mic been off this whole time? Damn. My mic has been off this whole entire time and I didn't even notice. Damn, y'all ain't hear nobody heard nothing. Nobody heard nothing I said. Damn. My mic has been off this whole time? Well, we're just gonna go from here because I mean, it is what it is. Damn. I can't believe the mic was off that whole time. We're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep on going.
We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us?
I'll watch it one more time.
Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us?
I'm gonna just say it like this. Yeah, they gonna do everything they can to cancel her. They gonna do everything they can to cancel her, but most, if not all, the I'm gonna keep it brief because this is not really a matter of it's not really a men's matter. But I'm gonna just say it like this: they're gonna do all they can to cancel her. She is right. She's right. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's right. And, you know, black women been holding their tongue too long. Women in general been holding their tongue for too long on this subject, you know? And, you know, honestly, it's a split crowd when it comes to that. It's a split crowd on women. Some women agree with and support trans and cisgendered people and everything like that, and some do not because of, you know, when it comes to talking about birth and periods and all those things, you know, of course, some women, a good amount of women don't agree with, you know, trans people and cisgendered people and everything like that. So I'm gonna keep that short and sweet. I'm not really gonna stay on that, but I know for a fact they're gonna do all they can to cancel that woman just because she stated something that a lot of women feel like. And black women be getting attacked by trans people and cisgender people online a lot. So we're just gonna keep on moving from that. What else I got over here? Yeah, so I do believe they say that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is supposed to be coming back to be with the WWE because, you know, there's a strike going on right now. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is basically, you know, kind of not doing anything right now. So I wouldn't be shocked if I seen The Rock back in the WWE. You know, I would not be shocked at all by that. But what they, how they should go about planning it, they should really consider, let's just see here what they should really consider doing, like the best they can to write him in to their programming. The Rock was too busy to get ready for a match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Right now, the People's Champion is still working full-time in Hollywood, but you can never count out a return to the WWE, since that always will be home. The Rock received an invitation from Grayson Waller to show up at SmackDown. This was after the two had a back-and-forth Twitter battle on social media site. Grayson Waller went to bring his Twitter beef with The Rock to SmackDown. Waller called out the Great One by throwing some shade in his direction. The piqued a lot of attention. Ringside News reached out to inquire about The Rock's current WWE status. A 10-year member of the WWE creative team confirmed to us that as of now, there is nothing for Waller and Rock. That being said, we were also told that The Rock is hurting for positive publicity, so there may be something in the works. This could bring a lot of positive attention his way. The Rock is working through a string of losses. The XFL lost money, Black Adam bombed, and Young Rock was canceled. If you consider these 3 big L's compared to all the wins The Rock's seen in his career, that's a big deal. Grayson Waller is never one to hold anything back on social media. After all, he also sent out a thirsty tweet for Margot Robbie. Obviously, he would leap at the opportunity to get the angle with The Rock. It says The Rock and Grayson Waller could be a magic in the ring. I mean, I really wanted to see Roman Reigns and The Rock, but hey, this could work too. As long as The Rock comes back to the WWE, I don't really care what they got going on. But that is all it is on that end. We're going to move on. Moving on. Let's see. What else we got here? So AMP, if y'all don't know, AMP means any means possible. It is a group that is on YouTube. They make a lot of content. They make a lot of videos. They are now about to be coming out with another AMP Freshman Cypher. They always do this every year, ever since they've come together as a group. They do these double XL type freestyle sessions, ciphers, whatever you want to call them, and they just basically just rap over, they all basically rap individually over different beats and so on and so forth. And this year looks as though they got I think 2 rappers that are going to be in the cipher with them. So I mean, hopefully it's better than the double XL cipher, because the double XL cipher was trash. But we are moving on to the next piece of news. I don't even know why I got this up here, but I'm going to just read it anyway. Fans are worried for NBA YoungBoy's health after this caption was released on his cat's IG page. My dad's so unhealthy, it's scary. 20 Xans a day. God. The biggest rapper in the world is doing Xans? One of the most arguably one of the number one rappers right now is doing 20 Xans. It's me, Neon. I've been seeing a lot of my dad so unhealthy. It's scary. Even his mental. He blows his money making people smile who don't care to see the signs that's literally in their face. 20 Xans a day. Please help. Please #help. P.S. My bowl, Celine, and my first Birkin bag on the way. But really matters, I guess they're trying to say really matters. What really matters is him. You could tell a human wrote this. Ain't no damn cat gonna be typing a Instagram caption. But yeah, whoever put this up here, somebody within NBA YoungBoy's camp, maybe his girl put it up there. I don't know, but they're basically saying that man needs help. And that's all I got on that one. I'm moving on. We moving on to the next one. me see here. We about to switch gears. Oh, last thing. Quavo was aboard a yacht in Miami Sunday night that is being investigated for an alleged strong-arm robbery. Two men aboard, neither of whom were Quavo, became very aggressive towards the captain and the crew when they informed them that the time on their boat was a rental was running out. The captain alleged to police that one of the males even threatened to kill him and throw him off the boat, at one point removing the captain's wallet and phone from his pocket. They told the captain to run his pockets. Huh. And Quavo was on this same boat. That's interesting. Quavo was on the same boat, but we go back. It says two men aboard, neither of whom were Quavo, became very aggressive. So I don't get what Quavo has to do with this. Quavo was he just aboard a boat that was he just on a boat that happened to just get robbed, or are they trying to say that he was in on he knew the two robbers or something like that? Because that's what this is trying to insinuate, that Quavo knew those two people who robbed the boat that he was on. And, we need to get the facts straight on that one. But, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be switching gears real quick. Shout out to y'all, because when I do end up putting clips out on the YouTube, somebody will watch it. Anyways, we're going to be switching gears. All right, so over to IG. So, the girl who threw her bra at Drake breaks down how it happened. So this is what we're going to do. Just hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back to it.
G. It's me. I threw it. And he picked that shit up and said, 36G, find this girl immediately.
I'm literally serious when I ask, is this supposed to be an accomplishment or something? Like, is that supposed to be an accomplishment? Why are you so excited? Like, he's going to forget. He's not going to remember you. We sit up here, we worship celebrities just like this woman is worshiping Drake. Like, he's a regular person like you and I. Like, what is so amazing about a man catching your bra? She probably got a boyfriend at home that is like mad tight about this. Like, truly tight about this. For real. It's crazy. Excited over Drake catching a bra that you wore. I feel sorry for the damn security. Security gotta hold a bra with your sweat. Your breast sweat on it. Like, come on now. Like, you happy for what? Why are you happy about that? What's exciting about that? What type of like gratification do you get from that? That he touched something that you were wearing? Come on now. I think we need to be better than that. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that. Okay, I'll come back to that one. Okay, so if this thing will ever load. Okay, so bodybuilder Justin Vicky, he passed away at 33 after 400-pound weight breaks his neck. Jeez. This is for all those people out there that be working out, myself included. Be careful. Be careful. Bodybuilder Justin Vicky is unalive at 33 after 400-pound weight breaks neck. Vicky was working out at the Paradise Gym on Saturday when he was squatting weights in excess of 180 kilograms, nearly 400 pounds. So he was squatting 400. Jesus. Okay, and he had a spotter behind him. That's crazy, bro. Doing too much at the gym, man. 400 pounds. I wouldn't even go past 200 pounds when I'm squatting. I'm not about to take that risk. Vicky failed to complete the lift and fell forward, cascading the weight bar off his shoulders and snapping his neck and head forward. Jesus. Man, my goodness. And it must have been one of those freeway. It must have been one of those benches that didn't have like you know how at Planet Fitness they have like a little thing holding on to the bar. They obviously, I'm sure, whatever gym he worked out at didn't have that on there. Not that matters, because at the same time you still squatting. First of all, you squatting 400. I mean, I guess that was a regular day for him, but I guess something wasn't right with that. And very unfortunate. Rest in peace to Justin Vicky, who I'm sure was a bodybuilding influencer. I don't know if I could let me see if I could look up his Instagram page. Maybe he was a Instagram, influencer or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just see. Okay, Justin Vicky. Yeah, he was he was a personal coach. Wow. Personal coach. Oh, this is a video of him squatting. Jeez, look at that. Yeah, so it must have been a regular day for him. Look at this. That's crazy, bro. Man. Wow. What he's squatting? He's squatting like six. Bro, he's squatting like how much is that altogether? That's 170 kilograms, 200 kilograms. Damn, man. That sucks. And all he was trying to do was work out, bro. That's crazy. Rest in peace to that man, dog. All he was trying to do was push it to his limit. And his limit inevitably was being unalive. That's why y'all got to be careful out there when you at the gym, man. Look, it looks like he's doing 400 right now. What was so different about the day that he went to the gym on that day and squatted versus right now, what I'm seeing right now on this screen? Like, what is the difference? I wonder. I don't know. I digress, man. Rest in peace to him. Okay, we're going to be moving on to something else. Okay, so a woman on TikTok is going viral. Yet again, a woman is going viral for saying something about men. Men are not natural providers or protectors. Let's just see what she says.
Providers or leaders. Religion and indoctrination has convinced men and women that men are these things. It has given them the responsibility of these things within our society, but is contrary to their nature. Men are all about self-preservation, and they only provide and protect what they think is theirs and what they're in possession of. When something is supposedly innate and natural to you, you do it automatically. So if men were natural protectors and providers, it is something that we would see them do within the community, within the world, not something that they simply do for that which they possess. Furthermore, how can you be a natural protector but the biggest threat and predator in this world? Ask a man what he needs to protect you from, and he's going to say other men. Because when we look at these natural protectors, most of the domestic violence, rape, molestation, shootings, killings, raping of nature's resources, dominating other people and countries, most of the violence is done by these natural protectors. Something is not adding up. One thing I'm realizing is that we've been told a lot of lies. Literally almost everything that we've been taught is upside down. If you think about it, it's actually women that are the natural protectors and providers.
Fam, what is she talking about? What on God's green earth is she talking about? People just be talking, bro. People don't even be fathoming what they really be saying when they're on the internet. They just be talking, and this is a great example of that. How are you gonna say that men are not natural providers or protectors? What? You sound hurt, sweetheart. Like, you sound hurt. Just say a man hurt you. Just say you've been through a battle of hurt. Seek therapy, madam. I'm not even gonna finish the video. Like, shut your phone off and go see a therapist. Voicing your trauma through trying to mask it by saying men aren't this and men aren't that, it's not helping. Because there are women in this specific video. There are women that are commenting on this specific video and saying that you are false. You are wrong. Men don't even need to come on this video and comment. It's the women that's going to say something about you, all the wrong things that you're saying. Like, ma'am, go, like, I'm not here to crucify anybody or act like I'm perfect or anything like that. But I would never, if I was hurt by a woman, if I had a history of hurt from women, go and start saying things that were not true about women just because I had hurt myself. I got hurt by a woman. I would never do that. And I'm sure there are men who share the same sentiment as me. That I'm not saying there ain't women, but like, I'm not about to sit on the internet and just make up some type of thing to say to spark up some controversy. And that's what she's doing here. I'm gonna move on to the next thing, man, because it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's crazy, bro. All right, so the next thing is going to be a man breaks up with his girlfriend because her son was bad.
So you gonna break up with me because of my child? He's just a child.
He's bad, dog.
He just need a little guidance, man. Like, don't. That's a petty reason to break up with somebody. I ain't gonna lie. How? Oh, why? Over a 10-year-old? Over a 10-year-old? Over a 10-year-old? Over a 10? Okay.
Dog, he bad.
Right, okay, but that's not no reason to break up with nobody.
I can't do it no more, man.
So you gonna
man. I'm done.
So you just gonna throw all these years down the drain?
I'm done.
So why'd you breaking up with me?
Look at your son,
Why?
man. Look, man.
Why? Okay, so
Put
you
your
gonna break up
phone
with me
down,
because
bro. Like,
of my son.
I was trying to teach him right from wrong. Look like, man, give me this gun.
What's the point of like recording it if this is real? I feel like this is a skit. If this is real, what's the point of you recording it? Number one. Number two, this is always the problem with people with, dating somebody with a child. It's because it doesn't matter how many years you have been down with a person. At the end of the day, that's their child, and they can discipline their child however they want to discipline them, And if your child is bad as hell, let the mama take care of it. You know, or if it's vice versa and it's the man who has a child, let the man discipline the child because that's his or her child and it's not yours at the end of the day, you know? Me personally, I feel like he was in the right to say, hell no, I'm not about to put up with this no more. I'm not about to put up with it no more. Go find a sweet ass nigga that'll take care of that. Sweet ass nigga that'll come save you and you know, handle your child the way you want him to be handled. It sounds like she don't want him to go, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. We moving on, man. That is the way the cookie crumbles. What else is there? Oh yeah, this one.
Egg or a special bank of stored cells. The cell-cultivated chicken will first be available at a restaurant in San Francisco and another one in Washington, D.C., owned by famed chef Jose Andres. Age of lab-grown meat has arrived in this country. The Agriculture Department just approved 2 California companies to sell chicken.
See, here in America, nothing is safe. Nothing at all is safe. Excuse me. Nothing at all is safe. It ain't no fruit. It ain't no vegetables. It ain't no meat that is safe out here. Ain't no vegan food that is safe out here. Nothing in America is safe. Nothing we consume, nothing we use as far as hair products, nothing we use as far as like whatever. Everything has something in it that is going to directly take us to the doctor in some form or fashion. A dermatologist, the ear doctor, the eye doctor, the private part doctor, the urologist. You know, there's something like every single product that we have currently in our households has something that's going to take us to the doctor. So I'm not shocked by this lab meat thing at all. You know, it's just another thing that's going to take somebody to the doctor. Who's to say we haven't been eating lab-grown meat already? They just letting us know now. Who's to say? Who's to say? I'm not shocked. There's nothing you can do, man. You just got to pray to God and, you know, do your best to watch what you eat. That's really all you can do, man. We gonna move on. We gonna move on. We gonna move on. Move on from this. We'll go to the next. Leaving from Instagram, and we are going directly to. Oh, not that one. Going right to YouTube, man. All right. Going right to YouTube. Okay. So the video I'm gonna be looking at is a video about the Louisiana pastor that unalived his wife inside a hotel. We're just gonna be looking at this. Thought it was something interesting to report, so we're gonna be looking at it. Let's go ahead.
What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, all of that information is in the description box below. Also, go over to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speaks TV. Make sure you subscribe over there and hit that little bell so you get notifications when I drop a new video. Now let's get into this topic. It's for educational purposes, so as I approach this topic with respect, I need you all to please, please, please be respectful in my comment section. Thanks. Now before I get into the story, let me say something that I've said many times on this show, and I'll continue to say it. Never judge a book by its cover. Just because people look a certain way on the outside, you never know what's going on in a person's mind or in their home behind closed doors.
True.
Also, if the relationship is over, listen to me, life still goes on. You don't have to hurt anyone, and you certainly don't have to hurt yourself.
Just leave.
Let's get into the story.
Just go.
A Louisiana Baptist pastor, Danny Purnell Jr., is accused of shooting his wife, Gabrielle Purnell, in front of their children at the Hampton Inn Hotel in Macomb, Mississippi.
Whoa. Man. Not only did you unalive your wife, you did it right in front of your 3 kids? What kind of world, bro? What kind of world are we man? Whoa. Keep going.
The pastor then turned the firearm on himself.
Goodness.
Now get this, 2 days earlier, Pastor Danny Purnell posted on a Facebook page he appeared to share with his wife a photo of the two of them along with their 3 children. He tagged the location as the Hampton Inn Suites in Macomb, Mississippi, where the unfortunate situation took place. Now here's the post from Pastor Danny Purnell's Facebook page, just 2 days before the unfortunate situation took place. Look what he wrote. I may not be a perfect man, but I'll always be a family man. Hashtag husband, father, pastor. Hashtag flawed yet favored. Really? You all keep in mind that that post was 2 days before the shooting.
Tripping.
Wow. Now, Pastor Danny Purnell and his wife, Gabrielle Purnell, were transported to the University of Mississippi Medical Center, where they both are recovering. Now, the pastor will face a lot of felony charges when he is released, and their 3 children are in the custody of Child Protective Services. Now, at this time, the motive for the shooting was not immediately known. However, Pastor Danny Purnell is the pastor of Bright Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church.
Man.
Take a breath.
For real. Lord.
I wish you would have had the Bright Morning Star in your life, man.
For real.
All of these names, Bright Morning Star. Where was the Bright Morning Star, sir, that could have made you just walk out of that hotel lobby and just go for a walk or get in the car and drive off instead of doing what you did? And I say this, Pastor Danny Purnell, because you were on social media and you're always doing all these self-help and self-growth posts and talking about why people don't go to church and all this kind of stuff. But all of that is about you. You need the help, sir. I told you a lot of times these people are preaching to themselves. You're on social media saying, look, let me read some of his posts. Let me read some. Let me find one of his posts. Here's one. At some point, after getting rid of multiple people in your life, you should come to the realization that maybe I'm the problem. People can come and go, but you can't get rid of yourself.
And he was low-key talking about himself.
You must change. You hear that, sir? Take your own advice, pal. Oh, my God. Take your own advice, pal. You've got to change. And look at this post. People stay away from church but want to die and go to heaven. No, they stay away from your church because your church is like going to the south side of Chicago. We don't know what blessings or bullets. Breakthrough or bullets. That's why people don't go to your church. This man is a total lunatic. And I feel sorry for his wife, his kids, and the people of his congregation.
No, for
now,
real.
I'm going to let you all watch this video of Pastor Danny Purnell Jr. preaching, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. And you all know me. I'm Dawson, and I won't hold back.
I tell you, I found out that God got a big oil tank. Your tank can only carry so many gallons. And every now and then, your tank get empty. But you wonder why I'm shouting. You wonder why I'm dancing. You wonder why I'm speaking in tongues. All because God got a big tank. And when my tank gets empty, God got a way of giving me a little more gas. Is there anybody in the house that can say I'm a gas up? I'm a gas up. It ain't gonna be with no weed. It ain't gonna be with no alcohol.
Always be, it's always these church folk who have the biggest problems going on in their life, but they be judging everybody and everything. I believe in God and everything like that and whatnot, but that's the one thing I don't trust is church folk, because they be doing something in the dark that could come to the light. And this is one of those times, man. This is just one occurrence. There's so many more crazier stories that have come, from somebody who is involved in the church, and for one reason or another, they do something bad.
You wonder why I'm dancing. You wonder why I'm shouting. Tell somebody I'm full of something. It ain't no perk. I'm full of something else. I'm full of the power of the Holy Ghost. There's something about the power of the Holy Ghost. I can't explain it, but I got it.
All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, we want to keep the pastor and his wife in our prayers, and we want them both to have a speedy recovery. We know that Pastor Danny Purnell Jr. will face a lot of felony charges for this, so I will keep you all up to date on this story. Also, keep those 3 children in your prayers. They
Yeah,
were in the
for
lobby
real.
right there when their father committed this horrible, heinous
They
act.
seen him do
so
it.
those 3 babies have trauma
They
in their
trauma,
lives now
yeah,
from
they
witnessing
got
this.
trauma.
And the 3 children are now in child protective services.
It's
So remember
crazy,
those
bro.
3 babies. And also keep the people at the hotel in your prayers too, because they witnessed
They
this. It
seen
happened
it
in the
too.
lobby.
Ooh,
Now, we
man.
don't know what led up to this unfortunate situation that took place at the hotel, but I do know that there was another way. This situation could have turned out completely different if Pastor Danny Purnell Jr. would have taken his own advice that he so freely gives to others on his social media platforms. Now, let me talk to my subscribers and the people who view my show. We've been through this before, and I've said this several times, and I'll say it again. If the relationship is over, life still goes on. If that man or if that woman want to leave, let them go. It's not the end of the world. You will love again. You will continue to live without them. Trust me, it can be done.
Yeah.
Some of us are witnesses. We can tell you that you can live without people that you thought you could never live without.
Facts.
Yes, you can. Now, I know there's some people. You may be in a situation and you're trying to get out and you can't leave right now. Make an exit plan. Start planning. Maybe you can't leave this month. Maybe it'll be 3 months from now or 6 months from now. But when you leave, remember this. When you leave, don't come back. You got to do what Tina Turner did. When she left, she didn't look back. Dawson, what's love got to do with it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Love has everything to do with it when it comes to me loving myself and loving my life. You've got to leave hellish situations and don't look back no matter what. Now, I'm off of this, but to my subscribers and those who view my show, listen to this. You all deserve the best. I don't know if you believe it, if anybody told you that, but Dawson gonna tell you, listen to me, you deserve the best. You don't have to stay in a relationship with the person that's treating you like trash. You don't have to stay on a job or in a friendship with people that treat you like trash. They're only treating you like trash because you allow it. Remember, we don't fall in love. We walk in love. And if the relationship is over, we both can walk away without anyone getting hurt. And that's a Dawson original. Until next time, it's your guy Dawson. Y'all take care of yourself and each other.
Well, hopefully, the woman recovers and she's able to get her children back. And, hey, that pastor need to go to jail, man. He need to do some years. Obviously, we all know the story of, when you go to prison, the people in prison don't play about kids and they don't play about women. So whatever time he's gonna get, he's gonna really suffer in prison. So you need to go ahead and just deal with what he got to deal with, man. Because there's like you harming a woman, you doing that in front of your kids, and then the hotel staff, like, bruh, ugh, it's just sticky all around, man. Anyway, man, we're going to move on to the next one. Let me see here. Should I do the Carly Russell update? I mean, I already did. I mean, Carly Russell basically admitted that she faked it. She faked her, abduction and everything like that. I mean, which we already knew that. I mean, we don't need a news station to tell us that. So, we're going to go to Choice TV, strike in AI. Put the playback speed up here. Let's do this.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my loves. It's Destiny Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. So today's video, I really had to get on here and talk about this crazy situation going on right now with the writer's strike. Now, the whole world is in shambles right now about the whole writer's strike because this could really affect every single one of us watching this in the next couple of years. Now, some of y'all may see this whole writer's strike debacle and think, wow, what the fuck did that have to do with me? Why should I care?
Exactly.
Now, let me just give you guys a nice brief breakdown how all this stuff started. The WGA, also known as the Writers Guild of America, recently came out and they recently wanted to renegotiate their contract that they have with the AMPTP. The AMPTP is one of the biggest organizations in the world. They're responsible for controlling 350 plus studios all across Hollywood. They control Paramount, not just Paramount, they control Apple TV, Amazon Prime,
so everything
that you watch and stream stuff on, Netflix, Warner Bros, Discovery, any major platform where you consume a lot of media like Disney, Disney Plus, they control all that. They're responsible for issuing the contracts, handling funding, and much more. And the WGA, which represents the writers, have been at odds with them for many, many decades. Now, the thing about the WGA and the AMTP, they're two separate organizations, and one is catered towards the writers, the people who write the TV shows. Like the shit that y'all see on these corny-ass talk shows where these comedians tell these corny-ass jokes that aren't even funny. The same shit you see with the teleprompters whenever you see Tiffany Haddish or this entertainer hosting the award shows and they're reading off of teleprompters. Yeah, a lot of those times, those are writers that are actually writing those things. These celebrities aren't fucking funny like that. It'd be writers that are telling them what to say. Same thing for the people who report the news.
Why is he coming? Why is he coming so hard at the comedians? Like, come on, bro. People catching strays that ain't supposed to be catching strays. That's crazy.
These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These people are realistically just reading off of a teleprompter and feeding all of us forceful information.
Well, let's go to Tom Bulcher with the weather.
Blank screen, no words on it. Got to think. Must think. Back to you.
Ad lib.
What, huh?
Make something up.
What, huh?
Same thing for the people at the Breakfast Club. You think the Breakfast Club goes out of their way to go look shit up, to go type shit up? A lot of their notes and the research they do is done by their writers and their staff.
well, I know
so
that.
writers are very crucial and important. Without writers, a lot of these major entertainers and influencers would not have a brand or a platform.
And shout out to Leslie Jones, because she recently went on this crazy rant going in on people, shaming the people going on strike, shaming the actors and shaming the writers. And this is what she pretty much had to say to sum everything up.
To pay their fucking rent. You need to understand that writers don't get paid when they're not writing. It's not something like they get extra checks or something coming to them because they did something. They get paid one time and probably not that much.
Well,
so
damn.
what we're asking for is just like it's billionaire fucking corporations that's making millions off of motherfuckers that's doing the work for them. And all they're asking for is their fair share. Nobody wants to get their face scanned and get paid one time and they be able to use your image for the rest of your fucking life. Who the fuck wants to, you wouldn't do that. You people who come in and comment on the fucking bullshit. Oh, well, teachers, they're not getting paid. Well, blah, blah. Yeah, all of us need to strike against the fucking corporations, not just fucking SAG and the actors, the teachers. Everybody need to be fucking striking against the fucking corporations because they fucking all of us. So think about that when you're looking at
See, here's the problem with that. I don't think actors will lose their jobs. This will blow over. For you to say, oh, I think everybody should go on strike. Teachers got more risk of losing their profession when they go on strike. Firefighters, police officers, they all got more of a chance of losing what they got because they want to go on strike. Versus, no offense to y'all, but like writers and producers and directors and actors and everything like that. Like I said, this stuff is going to blow over because we're all, at the end of the day, us as human beings, we indulge in distraction. We indulge in distraction. So as long as we indulge in the distraction, television shows will be needed. Streaming services will be needed. So they're going to reach an agreement, I feel like, at some point. Regardless of what anybody thinks, we all indulge in the distraction. Without music, without movies, television, come on, we would be that would leave an open hole of us looking and reading into things that is going on with our government or whatever we need to actually be paying attention to. So, and they don't want that. So they will reach an agreement at some point.
These posts and want to post some real shit, some real fucked up shit about how, oh, you guys are just trying to get paid more. And go fuck yourself, homie. Go fuck yourself. We're fighting for people who really can't. There's people in this business that's not even getting paid enough. Why? And it's just like, oh, all y'all rich. No, not all of us. Not all of us, son. And the ones that are, like me, we're stepping up for the ones who need to be rich.
Now, the writers have pretty much gone on strike since May. They have pretty much made it very clear that they're not getting off a strike until they get paid more. So the whole writer's strike is basically all about the fact that they want the AMPTP, which is an organization that controls most of the film studios and networks in America, to pay more. Now, the Writers Guild of America is responsible for all the writers and all the people who control the shows and write the shows and much more, and including the scripts. And they negotiate every 3 years with the AMPTP about what they want. Whether they want more price increases, whether they want a higher wage, whether they want to hire more writers, whether they want to get more pension plans, more benefits, and much more. Because a lot of writers get paid a lot of money. Some writers can make almost 6 figures a year, and some writers make, unfortunately, like 25, maybe even 30K a year, even though a lot of them are responsible for a lot of hit TV shows.
I'm a television and screenwriter.
What do you work on?
I wrote on a Hulu show called Woke and an ABC show called Queens.
How long have you been a writer?
Professionally, like 2 years now, but I've been screenwriting for like the last 4 years or so.
How much do you make?
It varies a lot from year to year. Yeah. So when I wrote on Woke and Queens, that year I made just shy of 200K. That was great. And then last year I made 38K because I was unemployed.
Tell me about the writer's strike. Like, what are writers asking for?
We are just asking for the career to be sustainable. So one of the things we're asking for is a minimum number of weeks for a writer's room to take place. So back during the heyday of cable and broadcast, typically you would be employed on a TV show for 40 weeks out of the year. And then during the hiatus, you would be getting residuals, so you could still sustain yourself. However, now there are some writers' rooms that are as short as 5-6 weeks, and then you have to try to find another job after that. Sometimes you can't because they write it into your contract that you are exclusive to them until they make a decision about a next season. And with streaming shows, as I'm sure a lot of people have seen, there can be 2 years between one season and another. So they are basically forcing you to be unemployed for 2 years. If you are in Los Angeles and you want to support the writer's strike, you can join a picket line. If you go on the WGA website, it'll have the list of all the studios and what times we're going to be there.
You know, there's even instances where a lot of these writers will literally write hit TV shows, and a lot of them are living in and out of hotel rooms, living in and out of Airbnbs, barely got money like that, and can't even support themselves, but they're helping write all these major TV shows that are getting nominated for Emmys and Oscars and all these major accolades all over the world. And since the 60s, there have been probably at least 5 writer strikes. And the last writer strike occurred 16 years ago, back in 2007. Now, back in 2007, that was the first time I even knew what the fuck a writer strike was. Most of us know about the writer strike because a lot of our favorite shows got canceled due to the writer strike.
Dan Pine, I'm a screenwriter. Matt Weiner, and I'm the creator and executive producer of Mad Men.
Lance Gentile is my name, and I was developing a show at CW.
Matt McGinnis, I'm working on Journeyman.
Dennis Rinslow, one of the executive producers of Corey in the House.
Nicole Yorkin, I'm the executive producer of The Riches.
Scott Shepard, I was running the Dead Zone. I'm a writer's assistant for a show called Burn Notice.
Julie Fagot, and I work for Mark Warren and Dennis Rinsler.
I'm a script coordinator for a show called Factory on Spike TV. Hi, my name is Nate Munn. I'm an assistant on Gossip Girl.
And for those of y'all who are going to say, well, what does this have to do with us? Listen, a lot of our favorite shows got canceled back then during 2007 and 2008 because of the writer's strike. Let me give y'all some real shit that you need to hear.
That is
Your
very
favorite
true.
TV show, black sitcom, One-on-One? Yeah,
That
one of
would
my
be
favorite shows.
that would be the main thing that would
due to the writer's strike. A lot of these production
destroy
companies, due to the fact that a lot of writers walked out on the job.
a lot of
because they
streaming
retired for low
services
pay,
and
the
networks.
fact
The
that they were only getting,
shows
like,
being
5 weeks,
canceled.
6 weeks, and being told they had to be exclusive to only 1 or 2 studios. One-on-One had to get canceled. It got canceled due to a lot of other reasons, but the fact that a lot of these shows couldn't support multiple shows at the same time, they had to get rid of One-on-One. Another show that was negatively affected is one of my favorite childhood shows, The Ghost Whisperer. The Ghost Whisperer was a very popular show starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, and the show did last until 2010, but production was halted due to the writer's strike. And guess what happened? A lot of these shows only ran for 15 episodes a season. Notice how a lot of your favorite TV shows from back in the early 2000s had, what, like 22 episodes, and then by the time they got to the 2nd or 3rd season, it went from 12 episodes, and then 10 episodes, and then only 13 episodes one season. A lot of it was because of the writer's strike. So when writers go on strike, guess what? Your favorite shows get canceled, budgets have to get reevaluated, these major billion-dollar corporations have to figure out how much they want to pay people, how less they want to pay people, unless they want to sit back and not make a profit. And guess what? So many TV shows never saw the light of day because writers walked out, because script coordinators, script writers, script doctors, they walked out. Oh, and that wasn't the end of it. So as you guys know, the writer's strike is currently going on, but this time the actors are now walking aside the writers. Before, the actors sat that shit out. The actors didn't want to get involved because, again, actors get paid a lot, but a lot of actors don't make a lot. Sometimes actors have to treat it like a hobby because a lot of actors don't get work like that. You literally get rejected 1,000 times before you even get one role. So recently, the beautiful and legendary Constance Marie came out and she exposed the industry and why she would be striking alongside the writers, because she herself has not benefited from streaming platforms. Now, all of us know Constance Marie. Yes, all of us know who she is. Most of us remember her from being the mama on George Lopez, and a lot of us remember her from being on that, movie playing Selena Quintanilla's mom. She plays Selena's mom on the movie, so most of us know her from that. And a lot of us may also know her from the TV show Switch That, Practice ASL, American Sign Language. It was groundbreaking, really successful show that went on for damn near 5 seasons. However, she made it clear that the industry fucked her over and a lot of other actors over because a lot of these actors ain't getting paid shit from streaming.
My residuals that I get paid for a show I did called Switched at Birth, which I love, right? Amazing show, super creative, represented the deaf community, and I really felt it was an important show. I learned ASL. I had an injury because of so much ASL, but that was my work, my passion, my love. And I did that show for 5 years. Great cast, great writing. So the studio is still showing my show, my work, my likeness. And this is what I get paid for it. 3 cents, 4 cents,
Wow.
74 cents.
Nothing.
I can't make a living.
Nothing.
They're still making money, but I cannot make a living and pay my rent and pay my insurance off of these residuals, right? And this is not just for the actors who've had long careers. We're fighting for every single actor, even background performers. It's unsustainable unless the AMPTP and the studios pay fair wages. And it's really sad because this is an industry town and it's an economy that is really dependent on our industry, and they are willing.
Seems like as soon as these streaming platforms came in, they found another way to basically, fuck the actor with those low ass residuals. Like versus if her show was running on a network and the network had to pay her, I'm sure it would be way different.
And so greedy to not even negotiate anymore. And sadly, our last effort or our last ability to push this negotiation is a strike. So that's what's happening.
Then the famous actress Salinas Leva came forth and she also commented under the post saying, "Yup, and I make $0.00 from Orange is the New Black today. So I felt this post." Which is odd because anyone that knows anything about Salinas Leva, we all know that she was very successful on the show Orange is the New Black. She was really popular. Everyone knew who she was. And it's a shame that she doesn't make any residuals off of one of the biggest shows on streaming platforms. Snoop Dogg famously spoke on this and he broke down everything perfectly. And this is exactly what he had to say.
The writers are striking because streaming, they can't get paid. Because when it's on the platform, it's not like in the box office. In the box office, if it does all these numbers, you may get an up. Oh, it did this many, here's another check. But on streaming, you got 300,000 hours that somebody watched your movie. Where's the money? And I know I'm going off a script right now, but fuck it. This is business. This is business. You know what I'm saying? This is a room full of business people, and somebody may hear this and be able to do something about it so that way the next artist don't have to struggle or cry or try to figure out how to get to his money. Because some of these artists are streaming millions and millions and millions and millions of fucking streams, and they don't got no millions of dollars in their pocket.
Then that led to other actors giving their experiences, talking about how much they made. The former podcast personality Giovanni Watson recently took to his story to vent and rant about how the industry is fucking actors over. He came forth and made it clear that he only made a couple dollars in residual income, even though he made a pretty penny from doing the movie to begin with.
Just got one. Huh? That's what it was.
Wow.
Dangerous company, man. What I did for a lifetime. So I'm gonna see y'all out there picketing tomorrow in this heat. I'm gonna go get my SAG strike signed tonight.
$5.
All right, I'm getting it tonight. Only thing I can get with this is a McDouble. 2 for 1.
Now, actors do make a pretty penny for their film, but a lot of times they only get compensated for simply just showing up, doing the movie, and they only film for 2 to 3 months on average, maybe even a year. But the fact that he wasted all that time just to get $5 in residuals, well, he actually made 15, but after taxes and having to pay your agencies, you only make 5. So actors, you got to remember, they're not just getting 6-figure deals. A lot of times, these actors are getting maybe if you're a popular actor and if it's a big production company, maybe over $20K for a movie. If you're lucky, you might get $100K if you're in high demand and well-respected and the show does well. You know, Taraji P. Henson went in about this a couple years ago when she grilled people for assuming that all actors are filthy, stinking rich. And that's just not...
She agreed. That's a lot of money. Let me break this down for you, okay? When you start making that kind of money, Uncle Sam takes 50%. So let's do that. We're going to act like this is romper room. You know, they give you this for the show. They let you compute it for a second. So that leaves me with 75 now, right? Yep. Then I have to pay another 30% to my team who did all the work to get me that job. Yes. So I don't pay them 30% of the 75. No. I pay them 30% of the 150 that comes out of my 75. So what does that compute to? Okay. So let's break it down like this. You have 12 months in a year to make your money, right? Okay. If you do a film for 5 months, that takes you off the market for anything else to earn any other kind of coin until you're done with that show. At the time, my son's school tuition, because he was in high school at Buckley, was $30,000. I chose my son's education over fancy cars and all those things. And so literally for 5 months, that's what I made. His tuition. Now what? I got to hit the pavement again, and I got to scrounge up another check.
Find another movie.
Think you see somebody sold something to a streaming service for $20 million. Sounds great. Do that math I just told you. Yes. 50% goes to Uncle Sam. Then they got to pay whoever they got to pay to get that. So they literally walk away with less than half of that.
How about that? And you got to realize that she's getting paid less than everybody else.
Absolutely.
That was a huge cast, by the way.
Absolutely. And so never did I expect to get paid with my counterpart. They have worked to get their quote. They deserve exactly what they're getting. But however, I deserve a little more too.
And mind you, that interview was a couple years ago, so we can't sit up here and just assume, oh, that's just rich people problems. A lot of our favorite entertainers are affected too. You know, how we consume media and television is affected too, because let's think about it for a second. What the hell are we gonna watch? A lot of us watch Netflix. A lot of us watch Hulu. When the writing goes downhill or the budgets go downhill, we gonna complain and be like, oh, this look low budget. Oh, ew, why it look like that? Why it look like a fucking, why it look like a cheap
And then we not even, and then you're not even factoring in the fact that all these streaming services gonna go up on a subscription. Because of the writer's strike, they're gonna go up on the subscription because there ain't nobody doing these movies. There ain't no really good writers out there right now because of the strikes going on. The actors ain't acting, so the streaming services got to do something, right? They gonna raise up the price of your subscription. Watch what I say.
As telenovela, why it look like a low-budget Nigerian film. The reason why these budgets are so fucking high or so fucking low is based on the quality of people that they have.
And famously enough, many of y'all don't know this, but Paula J. Parker spoke about the writer's strike a couple years ago. Paula J. Parker, the beautiful and famous actress, went on DJ Vlad and she did an interview talking about how the writer's strike negatively affected her. Now, most of us know Paula J.
I remember I seen something on Twitter like the other day that said she got blackballed for like production assistant or something like that. She was with a high profile person or whatever. They were dating or whatever, and then she left him and went and dated some production assistant or something like that. And all the roles that she was getting immediately stopped after all of that, and she in turn basically got blackballed.
Parker for playing Trudy from The Proud Family. Most of us know her from Sprung. A lot of us know her from Hustle and Flow. And many of us know her from a lot of her other plethora of work. A lot of us love Paula J. Parker. She's an OG. Now, back in 2007, she actually lost her house and lost a lot of money because of the writer's strike that happened. She was on a very popular ABC Family TV show, and due to the fact that the show got canceled because of the writer's strike, she lost out on a lot of money.
At one point, you became homeless. Mm-hmm. Now, there are different variations of homelessness.
Right. I lost my home.
Okay. So
in the 2007 debacle with all those, I was one of the people that was preyed upon, and I was greedy and wanted the money, and I took it, and then the strike, the writer's strike happened. So I was on a series at the time, which is why I took the money.
This was an ABC series?
Yes, it was ABC Family. My writers, they joined the strike and quit our show. A lot of writers stayed. You know, a lot of shows continued to work, but my writers, they did not cross the picket line. So the writers took care of me for as long as the strike lasted, and maybe a year after. And I love the writers for that. But they didn't take care of me like my show did. You know? Yeah. So I ended up losing my home. So what I was able to do is set up in a nice hotel until I booked something that would give me a lump sum of money, and I could do first, last, you know. Wow. And in Los Angeles, if I had been in Cleveland or anywhere else, I'd been fine. Yeah. You know, I'd go rent a mansion. $500 bucks. Yeah. Thank you. But because I'm in LA,
it's expensive.
So you could say I was in between homes, but I wasn't, because in between homes means I have a home and I'm in between going into the next home that I also have secured.
And you have a baby at this point?
And I have a baby.
How old?
Yes. He was about 5.
Okay. And at one point you had to get food stamps.
Yeah. I sure did. Me and Regina Hall got food stamps.
Oh, wow.
A week before I booked Townsend Television.
And she famously also put Regina Hall on blast, and she also said that Regina Hall and her were roommates at some point in the same building, and her and Regina Hall had to go get food stamps because they were negatively affected. And yes, I'm talking about Regina Hall, like as in Brenda from Scary Movie Regina Hall. Now, even though this was back in 2007, this still holds weight because, again, a lot of actors are still trying to climb that ladder. You know, there's a reason why whenever you guys turn on fucking Netflix, you guys see the same light-skinned actors, you guys see the same fucking faces, the same people all the time doing the same fucking movies, the same type of roles. There's a reason why every time you guys go on American Horror Story, it's the same actors being recycled over and over again. Because Hollywood is running out of ideas. So Hollywood is more so concerned about numbers and who's going to drive in traffic. So why bring in new faces and fresh faces when you could use people who are already established and already stars? There's people who are literally influencers that are given the opportunity to be on TV shows and act just because they have 1 million fucking followers. But the new guy and Sandra and Juan and Kevin from down the block are not going to get these opportunities like that. So guess what? When they do get opportunities to act, a lot of them
a lot of these actors and entertainers have to take what they can get because, again, it's hard as hell to find work. It's hard as hell to even get a call back from a job even you applied to. You know, imagine being an actor where you're living in Los Angeles or New York City and there's so much competition. You know, if you don't stand out, you won't get these chances. So all these actors that are out here in Los Angeles, New York City, waiting tables, they're just looking for a chance. So, again, I don't know how far this will go because, again, if these actors and producers and writers want to leave, they'll just find the next generation who's willing to work for shit pay just so they can prevail and elevate. You know, there's even a lot of rumors that a lot of executives are waiting for this writer strike to keep going until all these people go broke and lose money, which will inevitably happen because all these people are replaceable. What makes things even worse is AI, which leads me to my next point. AI, artificial intelligence, robots are now the demise of the entertainment industry. What happened to the music industry in the early 2000s is now happening to your favorite actors and entertainers.
Basically.
Now we have come up with something called streaming. Because back then it was easy to measure how much actors can get. Actors can get a percentage from certain TV shows based on how long they were on camera if the show was constantly played as reruns on TV networks. Now, a lot of TV shows are playing the same shows, and now the only way a lot of actors are getting shine is if they end up on streaming platforms. We have more jobs for actors, but that means less money.
Now, anybody that knows anything about business, we all know that you have to do what you can to keep your budget as low and tight as possible, but to also accommodate your consumers. If you're a restaurant owner, what do you got to do? You got to fire some employees and install a kiosk like McDonald's did. If you're short on staff at your hotel, you got to program some robots, or you got to pay people lower. What would you prefer? Would you rather hire robots to literally do shit for free, or would you rather hire a person who you have to give a pension plan and benefits to? See what I mean? So this is where AI comes in. A lot of writers are intimidated because now AI is doing the work for them.
And AI is rapidly growing, from the smartphones to the cameras to the fingerprint scans, the fact that a lot of us hold our phones up to our faces to unlock our screens, and so much more. Also, the photography industry is in jeopardy because now you can have an AI machine do your headshots for you.
Oh, wow.
Paid AI $17 to create 100 professional headshots. Here's how it went. The website I use is called tryonai.com.
Wow.
It costs $17 for 100 photos. You specify your gender. They currently only have male and female. And you're allowed to upload up to 20 photos that clearly
You don't even got to go really do professional headshots no more.
I choose professional studio.
Wow.
I want professional results.
That's crazy.
So almost 48 hours to get my photos back.
No, that's crazy.
Almost 40% of the photos.
That is scary.
But I only pick 10 of them that I can
Bro, that is scary.
in a professional setting. My results gave me incredible styling ideas and poses that I could potentially use for future.
Additionally, if you have a resume that you need polishing for, or a cover letter you need polishing, you can have an AI
resume builders. Yeah.
So AI is going to be the threat to a lot of these writers, and a lot of these writers are trying to put a stop to it. But unfortunately, it's too late.
Because the industry is changing, and inflation has gone up, and our pay is not going up in line with the industry changes. With network TV, you're able to get paid properly for your work, and residuals, which are royalties. That has not happened since the streamers have come in, because they've not basically been held to the same account as the network TV. So basically, you can make a TV show, it can be watched by 50 million people around the globe, and these streamers can send you a check for 29 cents as a royalty, because there is no transparency. They don't have to tell you how many people are watching and how much money they're making from the show. So our money has gone down exponentially over the years, while the streamers and the executives at the top of these studios are making millions and billions of dollars. You know, we're not against technology. We're against using our intellectual property to feed into the sausage machine that is AI. You know, to train the AI, you're going to have to feed information into it. And what they're doing is for writers specifically, they're going to want to feed our scripts, our intellectual property into AI, and whatever rubbish it spouts out of the other end, then they'll get maybe one writer to make it look like a human actually wrote it. And that's what they're trying to do. So that, you know, all we want is safeguards against them stealing our work and not paying us for using our work to train this robot in order to put us out of work. And for actors, now they can put the face of anybody on anybody's body to make any kind of movie. So basically what's going to happen is that there'll be less and less work for actors, and people's images can be used without their consent.
What they'll do is they'll do what McDonald's did. They'll just find computers to do half the fucking work. And robots can do half, if not 10 times the work for literally close to nothing. All robots need is maintenance. They don't really need much. You don't have to give a robot a pension plan or retirement plan. They don't need none of that shit. They just need to be programmed to do their fucking job, you know? So robots are a lot easier to deal with. So this, unfortunately, won't go anywhere. And I really want to talk about how scary AI is getting, because a couple of years ago, there was this viral video of an AI robot mimicking Obama. It was a computerized simulation showing us how it's so easy for them to literally use entertainers' faces and simply monetize them and make them be able to say what they want.
This, bro. They do this every time I get on TikTok. There's always a video of AI Trump or AI Biden, like they do this all the time. Like there's like literally services and websites in place for this. Like it's very unfortunate, but that's the truth.
President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele.
Oh yeah, I remember that
It's been less
video.
than a week since the deadliest
I
mass
remember
shooting
that
in
video.
American history. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief.
You could tell it's
felt by
fake.
people who-
So who needs actors?
That's the great thing about it, though. That's the amazing thing about AI, though. You can tell that AI is. You can tell when it's AI, though. Like you could tell when it's AI. But I mean, I know that there are more realistic ones, but for the most part, I could tell that was fake.
Camera personalities. Who needs TV hosts when you can literally make and program your own?
I gotta keep it real. This shit is going to go nowhere. Now, AI has been pretty much taking over the world. Almost everybody got a fucking Alexa in their fucking apartment. Everyone has like a robot vacuum. Everyone has, a kiosk at an airport. Now when you go to Japan, they have like little miniature robots help you out. When you go to certain hotels in Miami or summer hotels in Mexico City or summer hotels in even Central or Western Europe, you see they got those little robots that follow you to your hotel room, lead you to your hotel room, or even bring you fresh hot towels or alcoholic beverages. AI has pretty much been taken over.
Japan is
And I will
already
say
10
that a lot
steps
of us
ahead of
kinda
America,
traded
so I mean, ain't no
peace,
telling what they got.
privacy, and patience for conveniency. And that's just the way it is. And I think AI is going to continue to expand. And a lot of writers are actually fighting, same with actors, against AI. Now, we think AI is all cute and fun and games when we see it on TV and we see it in movies, but this shit is actually coming into fruition in real life. A lot of actors are going to be replaced by robots in the near future. Now, many of y'all may say, how the fuck is that possible? Because doesn't the world always need actors? Well, unfortunately, no, we're not always going to need actors. We just need to entertain people. At that point, it's like, who the fuck needs actors anymore? If actors are going to go on strike and try to make these corporations go broke, why would these billion-dollar corporations tolerate this anymore? I feel like what happened to the music industry in the early 2000s is what's happening to the entertainment industry now. A lot of your favorite entertainers and actors are going to be replaced. For example, a lot of entertainers like Nicki Minaj, for example, are always complaining about streams. How are streams calculated? How can we calculate how much you get? How is it that for certain artists, you need...
This is just like when the epidemic of music downloads happened back in the day, when LimeWire and Napster and all those little peer-to-peer streaming things came out, and you could easily just illegally download music. I feel like this is what we're dealing with actors and writers right now. I mean, it's just their struggle has been going on for a little bit longer than music. With the transformation of the way entertainment is today.
Like 200 people to 1,000 people stream your song. That's nothing. And then a lot of these major corporations who make these platforms like Apple and Spotify or Pandora and much more, they make billions of dollars just from us downloading these platforms, but the art to chart on Billboard, to chart on streaming platforms, and to even make a decent pretty penny. So if you're not a big enough artist, you're not going to make that much money off of music. So it's really unfortunate, but that's what's happening to the entertainment industry. AI is taking over. And it's funny because a lot of us don't realize this, but The Simpsons, The Simpsons predict every fucking thing, predicted this. Same thing with Futurama. They predicted this. They predicted that we're all going to be replaced by robots. They predicted the fact that a lot of medical professionals are going to be replaced by robots.
And last but not least, musicians aren't safe either. Yeah, an AI can definitely write a script. Yeah, an AI can definitely replace an actor. But best believe that an AI artist can replace an actual artist. Why pay an artist millions of dollars every couple of years when it's time to renew their contract when you can make an artist based off of the algorithm and based off of what people like? Did y'all hear that Michael Jackson Munch freestyle that an AI computer generated?
I mean, if y'all don't already know about the AI rapper that had the whole entire controversy with that, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, it's here. This new generation, this new revolution of robotic AI taking over is here. I mean, and there's no stopping it. That's the crazy part about it.
Where Michael Jackson was out here rapping Munch by Ice Spice.
Your favorite musicians are all going to be replaced by simulations and AI. Like, you see how creepy and odd this is? So we can't sit up here and say, oh, well, that's that. Who cares? Who cares about this? This affects all of us. If these writers and these actors get replaced by AI, guess who's next? your ass. You know, people love to say, oh, well, you know, my job is this, my job is that. Your job can easily be replaced. So if you can invest into other different avenues, if you have a passion, pursue that shit. If you have other things that you would invest into, please invest into it, because none of our jobs are lucrative. It don't matter what you do, whether you're a doctor, you're an attorney, a lawyer, none of your jobs are lucrative. Because look what happened when the pandemic came. People thought doctors and nurses were so untouchable, but look how many doctors and nurses quit because they were so overbeared by all the hours they worked compared to all the money that they felt like they should have made. Look how many nurses and doctors left. Look how many nurses and doctors were overwhelmed because they were so understaffed, because so many doctors and nurses didn't want to come to work because they were overwhelmed by the workload and the amount of people that were coming in. So
I don't know about that though. Like, when a robot can do open heart surgery, call me, because I don't know. I don't know that they'll, you know, the healthcare department, healthcare people will be replaced by AI. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it'll be, AI will affect the healthcare field as much. I mean, but if we're talking about how, you know, long hours, I mean, healthcare has always had its moments of people, you know, people in the profession leaving because of long hours. I mean, that's nothing new. I think that's with any job, you know, but I don't think AI is gonna like completely replace healthcare.
No job is lucrative. Literally nothing is lucrative. The only thing that's lucrative is actual assets. So retirement plans, pension plans, owning property, owning gold, owning silver, having something maybe even like cryptocurrency or a stock. Those things are more lucrative than any job, because Gabrielle Union for their things.
Certainly black entertainers, black celebrities. We don't, for all of the Oprahs and the people who have just a lot of money, most of us are 1 or 2 checks away from not having money to pay for all of our things. You know what I mean? So this stoppage of work and money is impacting marginalized celebrities the most. You know, like all those influencers you see who take all the trip, they're in Dubai one week and they're in, you know, some whatever, London the next week and Paris the next week, and they seem to be everywhere. They may not have a lot of liquid income, right? And you can't charge your rent. You have to pay your rent. So if you don't have the opportunity to you know, do all of the things.
And then we have inflation, where now instead of paying like a couple dollars for milk, you're now paying $5 to $6 for a gallon of milk. Where now you're paying way more for gas than you did 2 years ago. Where now groceries are disgustingly more expensive than it used to be, where you literally pay $200 for groceries and you only get like 20 items. Like, what the fuck they do that at? Like, I remember you used to be able to get like 60 things for $100, and now you're only able to get 20 items and it costs $200. This is not gonna end in anyone's favor, because again, AI is taking over. And AI, I hate to admit it, but we all gotta be real. A lot of us can't help but support it. A lot of us know that it's a genius idea. Like, AI is just genius, but you asked for this. A lot of us got this. A lot of us don't have a choice but to respect this. You know, AI is one of the best inventions that's going to come out, and it's a big reason why a lot of us are going to be able to prevail and do things quicker. It's a reason why a lot of us are able to get quicker information. You know, a lot of us nowadays, instead of using things like maps or MapQuest or learning how to read a fucking compass, a lot of us rather go on Google Maps. You know, we can shit on AI all we want, which unfortunately it does suck. And like, I would say like it's an evil thing, but it does come in handy. Like, how many of y'all use Google Maps? How many of y'all are turning on that speaker to have Google Maps guide you? Back in the early 2000s and back in the 90s, people were out here using MapQuest, where you had to have somebody in the passenger seat guide you, tell you where to go. But now with AI, we have things such as Google Maps, where now,
nigga, don't nobody read a map. If it ain't Google Maps, if it ain't Apple's Maps on your phone, we not doing all of that, man. I remember that difficulty right there, that MapQuest difficulty. That's, yeah, man. That was a pain in the butt.
We realistically don't really need maps anymore. We don't need compasses anymore. So it just is what it is. And now that we're all surrendering our energy towards robots and machinery, there's nothing we can do. There's absolutely nothing. The only thing you can do is to adapt. The only thing that we really can do is to just accept it and take it all in. The only thing that people can do to possibly escape this shit and get rid of this shit is to merely just boycott the entire fucking government, condemn these fucking scientists for making machinery move too fucking fast. But a lot of us aren't going to do that because we're too busy dividing ourselves with religion, political beliefs, race, and a whole bunch of nonsense that we all...
Even if that was possible, that ain't going to do nothing. That ain't going to stop nothing at all. Civilization is going to move the way it wants to move regardless. You can have as many people boycott stuff as much as you want to. That ain't gonna stop civilization from civilization from doing what it's gonna do. You know.
All distract ourselves with. We're always so fucking distracted that we never really realize the evil and the deeper shit that's going on in the world. And that just is what it is. But that's what I had to say on that. I had to get on here and just get my opinion about this because I noticed that a lot of people have made video content about this. I know Lovely T did a video. I know this YouTuber, that YouTuber, a lot of influencers did videos, but I just pretty much had to give my 2 cents because I feel like a lot of people aren't really saying what really needs to be said. Give your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's that.
All right, I'm done with that. I didn't understand the strike until I watched this video, but now I understand it and I get it. I understand. I understand it now, but as I stated before, man, civilization ain't gonna stop civilizing and moving, regardless of what we think or how we feel. You know, you just gotta find a way to adapt to the times. That's just basically it, man. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at. I was gonna do another video, but I think I've been on here long enough. This is the Just Facts News episode number 2, and I'm gonna go ahead and bid you guys adieu. Y'all take it easy.